Hi guys, welcome back to NautiStyles. You are watching part 2 of our Super Yacht Refit mini-series. If you still have not seen part 1, make sure you check out the link in the description below or right here, or you can just search YouTube for NautiStyles Super Yacht Refit Part 1. In the Part 1, we got to see Super Yacht MY SEANNA out on the dry. Rico and I got to geek out over the scaffolding work, the travel lifts, and even got to touch the props out of the water. We definitely put on some serious miles walking around the exterior and then head upstairs to check out all the exterior decks. Our tour included the sun deck, the helipad, and we also got to experience the best views of the boatyard from the crow's nest. Don't worry, we did not forget to show you guys the massive bow with all the refit projects. I also got to check off something off of my yacht nerd bucket list, and Rico got to see the anchor locker. We also started checking out the work in progress on the interior. We got to see the insane second master/VIP stateroom and ended up in the command bridge. In the part 2, we get to really dive in on what it takes to do such a massive refit, how it's done organizationally. Also, we get to check out the galley, the extensive tour of the engine room with all the refits, also the crew mess, and of course the guest staterooms. All right, back to the tour. So do you have like some kind of a list, like a master worksheet? How does this work?
This here is my office where I've been operating from. Captain's cabin over there. And this is the list that we've been looking at for the last 5 months. Okay, everything that is yellow at this point, this list is about 3 months ago we updated this one. But before that, pretty much everything that is blue or white has not been started yet. Everything that is green is finished.
And what is yellow? And
yellow is what is open projects that the guys are currently working on, that we've opened up, that we are now ordering parts for and so forth. Red is the issues.
Okay.
We've been keeping them down, and that's the ones that everybody jumps on so we can sort it out.
You only got a few of those. Very little.
This was 3 months ago.
Oh, that's 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Oh, I see a lot
Over
of
here, this was updated a couple days ago.
Wow.
Everything in green is what is actually completed.
Oh, that must feel really rewarding.
It is.
And did you see any red there?
No red at all.
No red.
That's the point.
No, I see it right there, but there's no more of it.
And that was the whole idea behind it. We tried to stay on top of it, be very, very organized about all of it. And this list gets updated about every 2 to 3 days.
Well, I think it's important
average.
Emotionally to also see that, because you feel like, okay, things are getting accomplished.
And that's why this is up here, so that anybody that comes into the office can immediately see, okay guys, we still have a lot to do, let's get through it. And
yeah, this is where you came from
this
to
is
here.
where we are now. What we also do is our engineering team does these reports for us. Okay, every single week, every time we have any big project, they put together an entire report of how it happened, how it got put together. So anybody in the future can go back to it and look, okay, this is what the guys did, this is how they did it, into a decent amount of detail.
So Jim, you do this? Your team?
This is my team. So
you must really enjoy doing these.
well, it's more fun to actually do the job than
I'm obviously being very sarcastic, but at least it's like there's a record and you know it's been done.
That is
the
the
progress.
important part. We've kept a very, very good record of every single invoice that got paid. We keep a record of every single job that was done. Every single week on a Friday, we send these reports into the owner. The benefit of it is it keeps him up to date on exactly what's happened that week. To each person that is on board, what their projects was for that week, what they actually achieved for that week, and then we give a quick little idea of what we are going to try and achieve for next week. That's why it is that record for all the small stuff. So everything that doesn't have a full report, at least it's mentioned in this weekly reports.
Plus, it will also help us, like when we finally splash, then we'll get in the water, and then we can see, oh, if something's not what it's supposed to be, then we're like, oh, who was it who did that?
Who did that
Yeah,
and what was
exactly.
done?
Then you can like go back to
Accountability
it.
for
Yeah,
the job.
From the very beginning, what we did was in order to make sure that we keep a very good record of what is happening, we've been creating this folder that's behind you over there.
Oh, the
big
massive
one.
folder?
The big one, yeah.
This one?
The
That's
big
the
one.
So this actually represents all of this. Well, more accurately, it represents this, what's already been done. Every single one of the quotes that we've dealt with, and prices for it, details on it, any permits that needed to be done for it, and so on, all in here. The idea with this was to create some way for any future owner potentially who wants to look at what happened during this last shipyard period, they can actually look at it this way.
They're not messing around here, as my
Nope.
really good friend says. Yeah, not messing around.
Fantastic.
That's the crew you want on board. That's the people that you want taking care of the refit. Everything's organized, it's scheduled right, there's records of it all. I mean, you guys know, like, if you buy a car, you want to see records. I can only imagine
course,
when you
yeah.
buy a super yacht, you want to see some records. So I could definitely understand that. All right, what are we doing next?
I think we should go and look at the engine room because that
Love
is
that.
where a lot of the money got spent, and that is where we had to put a lot of the focus in.
Got it.
So Jim's going to take over
That's-
from
that's
that
your
point.
domain.
That's me.
That is
That's
on
me.
him.
Follow
I,
me.
I heard they spent actually a lot of money on the crew quarters. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, to be there honest, we did actually.
Yeah?
We did spend not a ton, but the owner really wants the crew to be comfortable. So he wanted a new carpet in there, he wanted new overheads in there, he wanted to make sure everything is working. So yes, we have. Overall,
Awesome.
we've been doing whatever is necessary. The engineering team has been replacing a lot of the things that was broken and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do go into our new season, the crew's going to be comfortable and they're going to actually have everything that they need.
Well,
And-
the owner is smart, right? Happy crew, happy
Yeah.
happy guests.
That is exactly the way it is.
Perfect.
It starts there. You've got to keep all of them nice and happy, and then it just moves into everything else.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's what it comes down to.
Engine room, here we come.
Yeah.
I'll follow you. Galley, can we peek?
Yeah, you guys are welcome
we
to look
peek?
at the galley, of course.
I know, you're like, who cares? We care.
Sorry, we didn't even think about that.
Okay, it's like a,
Well,
a
it's a
real
commercial
commercial.
Total commercial grade.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, the chef, when he's on, he's got to feed the whole crew.
Yeah.
Plus if guests on board. he's
How
gotta
many
feed
people
them.
total is it with guests and crew, like full crew, full guests?
So we have,
Capacity.
Charter.
23.
yeah.
23. That's a nice galley. Oh, I like how it wraps around. That's nice. So like people can work with dishes and all that on that side, and chef has his own domain here. That's
It
really,
is a nice
it's really
separation.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that a lot. And this is a nice kind of a combination of plating and everything. Yeah, that
Do you
looks
guys have
great.
your own little crew mess as well, or?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
These got rebuilt. The air conditioning unit that was upstairs here, the guys moved to us because it was a bit leaky. So they've took all of this off, moved the air conditioning, put in a brand new one, and then put it back together again. There's a lot of things that's in the background that you're not going to be able to see right now. Specifically like the aircons that we've already closed off.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Nobody's supposed to really see it. So
Yeah, behind the scenes. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I always say like the best facelift is when you can't tell there's a facelift. So
exactly.
that's it's when you know it's done right. People go like, oh, I can't even tell it was it was fixed or whatever. You're like, yeah, you should be able to.
That was
It should
exactly
feel
the
like
idea.
Look at all these
That's some
fridges and
refrigeration.
freezers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm
All right.
so jealous. All right, keep
Engine
going.
room it is.
That's where we're going now because if you are a guest on board, you will never really go to the engine room and see what's actually been done or what's actually going on.
Well, if you had Rico on board, that's where he would want to go.
Yeah. But this is our crew quarters.
Oh, so this is crew quarters.
Oh,
Okay.
that's really
that's
comfortable.
nice.
Yeah, it's a nice, decent size crew mess.
Good amount of
Doesn't
space here.
look like a mess.
Big fridge too.
No, very cool.
Nice. All right, engine room.
Welcome to the ECR, engine control room.
Your domain.
Yeah, it's don't mind the mess. It's we're slowly getting there, but
It's
yeah.
okay, we're not going to judge you. Keep an open eye, you guys.
Yeah,
This is a huge working project here, so
Yeah.
I would say that's not
But
messy.
we are getting really close to the end here. One of our major things was rebuild of the two main engines, where we had top overhaul and complete
wow.
overhaul of the two generators you'll see on each side there. We can go out there in a bit.
So what are the main engines?
It's Caterpillar.
Caterpillars?
Yes, and the same with Genset. That's Cats as well.
It's a quick If you don't mind,
Of course.
Could you just explain what the spec wall is?
Yeah,
here?
so this is the whole like supply for the boat. Like the main source of power comes in either from, like right now we are on shoreside power, and then either it'll be the generators, if not, and then this is all our breakers for. So let's see, like we have bilge pumps, we have water makers, and all this stuff, and this is all like the breaker, the main breaker panel. And here we got the AMS, it's our alarm system, where we can see like here's our tank levels and like status on main engines and generators, and this is also something which have been added as our build system, and we're missing a few things which will be put in the next coming weeks. Just a few more sensors we're going to put on the generators and such, and then we'll also, this whole system has an app as well, so you can put it on your phone or put it on a tablet device, and then so the chief engineer can see it all from his cabin as well.
Was it just put in, or was it already on board?
It was put in, but it was not hooked up.
Got it.
So now
so it's brand new.
It's brand new. Yeah. So now it's functioning and actually doing what it's supposed to do.
That's amazing.
Very cool. Okay.
All right, let's get into the belly.
So here first, this is it's going to be a bit more noisy, so I'll maybe speak it a bit up.
Gotta speak up a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first of all, this is a AC unit, like keeping us nice and cold in this warm climate. And one of the big issues was our circ pumps. They were sitting underneath these compressors, which was like you could barely get to them. So if you had to service them or anything, so that was one of the big things. So instead of having them down there, we put them over here. So we had to redo the whole plumbing, and so you can actually get to the pump. And so now it's actually convenient, and it's you can work on it. And then we put a little shelf in for storage.
Some big chillers.
Yeah, they're a little bit overkill, but they definitely do the job. Pretty much all the plumbing for the seawater for cooling of main engines and generators has been taken out underneath the deck plates here, because it was just overdue. Like there was a lot of barnacles in there, and it was just time to get down and dirty, and now the time was there. So, and this is the stuff you'll never see. And recently now we cleaned out everything. So like you'll see these plates, they were really dirty before, and now you'll see like it's nice and dry. Yeah. So now it could use a bit of touch up with paint, but for now it's almost like new.
So these are rebuilt?
These are rebuilt main engines. Top, new injectors, and so forth.
Oh, they look nice and shiny.
Yeah, and they've done a little bit of paint work to them as well, and we've had new exhaust covers put on.
Yeah,
they were all really old and leaky and what.
How many horsepower does each have?
They are 1100 each.
And how many hours did they have before you guys rebuilt
so
them?
now they're just over 20,000 hours.
They were over 20,000?
They just come up to 20,000 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why they needed the big service on the top pad. That has all been done by a local company here in Lauderdale as well.
And these are your generators?
These are the generators, yes. So everything has been touched, like all the electrical parts has all been renewed, like all the hoses and everything, and we painted everything. The only thing we haven't touched is pretty much the block. Everything has been upside down. New crank, new pistons, new everything. So that was a long process, but now it's as good as new.
Totally. Same here, right?
Same here, this side, and we also serviced our centrifuge for the fuel oil, and exhaust manifolds and all the piping has been like renewed. So all the flexible hoses are all new, all new and good to go.
This too, everything. Yeah.
I gotta feel my husband geeking out. Hold on. Totally are.
It's alright.
So cool.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice when you see like how good it can be done, and how it should be done.
Yeah.
And now we're just gonna keep it like this.
Do you know roughly how many kWs each of the generators is producing?
They're about 165, but that's on maximum load, so it'll probably like do up to 140.
So you don't have to run both at the same time. You're switching back and forth, or do you have to run both when you?
It depends. It depends on the load on the boat. Like if you have guests on board, you usually have to run both. But if it's just crew, then it's usually just one because less people and less stuff on board. Like the spa is not getting used.
Less air
less aircon. Oh, it's well. Also, the sea strainers has been renewed here, like the sea chest.
That's a sea strainer?
That's a sea strainer.
What?
I mean, that's a sea strainer insert.
Insert, yeah.
Wow.
I gotta clean that, baby.
Actually, the sea chest is right here.
Oh
wow.
And that's why they go in here.
Yeah, we gotta show that.
But that was the same. We had to do new coatings here and to make it all nice.
Oh, look at this. Is that underneath the vessel right now? What we're looking at?
Yes, that's straight down underneath. That usually should be water, but not today. Because it's an aluminium boat. After the years, you will get some pitting. So like this hull through. When we took off this valve, we could see like major pitting on the inside of this hull through. So these have been all new re-welded in.
Wow.
And we have had a couple in the other side as well. But now it's good for another 20 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It should.
Where's the water maker?
That's over there. But at the moment we have dock water because we are...
I'm just wondering how much water you guys are producing. It's got to be a lot, huh?
On the way we can 8,000 gallons on board, which is a lot of water.
Yeah.
But a lot of showers and also on this boat you also needed a little bit to stabilize the boat just for ballast. Yeah. So
ballast. Okay. Yeah.
Do you know how much fuel you guys carry?
About 20,000 gallons. So that's
gallons. 20,000 gallons.
Yeah. That's going to take you a moment to fuel up.
Yeah. Right.
Even with high flows.
High flows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
But that also makes the boat like attractive. Like it can go long distances. Like I met this boat when I was working on another boat in Tahiti, for example, and they could easily go to Tahiti and all these cool places around the world.
Is this the largest like mechanical refit that you've been part of, or
this is for sure the biggest mechanical refit I've ever been part of, and it's been a really good learning process. But also with the big help of our project manager who's been on board, who's an experienced guy and he's been in the business for years, and he could show me things like no one else probably could have ever done. So it's been like a steep learning curve, but it's been good. It's
very
really
I
good.
mean just with the future, it's pretty amazing to be part of something like that.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're pretty happy with the Lauderdale Marine Center.
yeah, so far.
I mean, whoever ends up with this yacht is going to get mechanically a really...
Mechanical side of things, there's, well, we haven't had the sea trials yet, but for now it should.
Good,
it's looking
progress.
good, it's looking very good, and we should not have many issues when we splash.
Very cool. I think the square footage of this engine room is probably the square footage of our boat.
It's probably bigger than our boat.
Yeah, it's probably bigger than our boat. Our boat can probably fit in here.
Alrighty.
Okay, very cool. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right,
really appreciate it.
Okay, we'll follow you guys.
Okay, so this is the main salon. Our chief started opening up a couple of the areas because it's actually not so that we can open it up and make it look pretty. It's actually so we can see if there's anything that we need to fix.
Got it.
Okay, because every little detail is so important. We need to find these little scratches like that, for example. And the only way to find them is to open it up. So that's why we are doing this.
You're going through with a magnifying glass and looking for stuff. Okay.
A week ago, this place was covered in plastic, and then a week from now, it's going to be covered in plastic again. We're just systematically taking one step at a time.
As soon as stuff gets fixed, you cover it up again. And what's behind all these doors?
Oh, this is the Check these cool cupboards.
What?
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. My
What in
mother-in-law would be
China?
in heaven right now.
Are you
No, this is
serious?
awesome.
Wow, really
this.
cool. That's so cool.
Very convenient because the main deck is right. I mean the.
Yeah,
I
my
know
deck
it's one
is
of it,
there.
yeah.
This is the main
Very
salon
cool.
dining area.
Wow.
Main area that guests are going to be having dining. That side is exactly the same.
If this is your guys' dream,
Oh, there's another
anybody put in the comments below.
You get all the stemware there. No, all the silverware and stemware.
Yeah.
Well, probably not all the stemware,
Not
but
all the
And you
definitely.
can open up
Look,
one of them
definitely the
and see how
silverware.
beautiful it all fits together.
Look at that.
Like,
Look at that silverware. It's all labeled and look at this.
I mean, look
the
at the
camera
silverware.
just went off there.
You want to be guest on this boat? Yacht. I always keep saying boat.
Yacht.
Just
That over there is actually just another service pantry. This one is a little bit bigger than the one upstairs. But
oh, that's
again,
nice. You get some fridge
for
space
the-
there.
yeah, it's just they've got a nice big fridge over there. And then a ton of cabinets and so forth for everything that the girls need
Oh wow,
to
it's
service.
big.
Yeah, no, it's a sizable one.
Wow. So you have on every deck some kind of like
Yes.
a service area. Well, that's great for charter.
Oh, it makes it super convenient.
Yeah.
It's so easy. The girls can stack up all of these places, and
Yeah.
then it's there. It's like right there if they need
Really
it.
cool.
Coffee machines on every single level in them,
Mm-hmm.
so the girls doesn't have to run around between the decks to for the service.
So much faster.
Makes it. Oh no, it's
That's awesome.
really really well set up
And
for
you
chartering.
can do.
Yeah, the
you
bottom
can-
can close.
Oh, you can do the half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This half closes, or
So-
this half, which would be funny. How many day heads do you guys have on every level? There's a day
On
head?
every level, this level actually has two. There's one here and there's one over
That's
there.
why I'm
next
asking
to
because
the
it felt like there was
restroom.
another one that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
walked by.
So one on that side, upstairs there's another one again, and then on the sun deck on the outside there's one as well.
So if you're sitting and having dinner, you have to make a decision if you go forward or aft to the head. Those some hard decisions you're gonna have to make on this yacht as a guest.
Something like that.
Yes.
Down here
Hard
is the
life.
guest cabin.
Okay.
So we've got 4 guest cabins down here. Our AV rack that's normally heated in the back here.
Oh,
It's
boy.
Still a mess at the
Wow.
moment, but it's the process of getting it all sorted out, making sure everything is working
Holy
100%.
Don't fall in there.
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
That's actually all storage
Where does this
space.
go?
All storage space. So all of this wood that is in there and the floors that it's in there wasn't actually there. During the shipyard period we built that for the interior staff so that they can store all of this stuff in there.
Yeah, it looks brand new.
Yeah, they it used to just be the bilges and the stuff would get wet and so on. Now it's a bit more, it's going to be a bit more organized and easier for them. So most of what you see here is going to actually go in there.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's convenient with these AV racks the way they are because then you can actually get to all of it.
And you can get behind. Even more important.
Exactly. Over here, one of the forward cabins.
Oh, so this is a cabin.
This one is probably the most put together at the
Yeah.
moment. The rest
That's
of them
big.
is all being used almost as storage units at the moment.
How many guest cabins?
So we've got these 4 here. We've got that really cool one up on the top, and then we've got the master cabin.
So that's kind of like the VIP second master. I mean, it's hard
Yeah,
to
yeah,
decide because it's such a
basically.
nice cabin. Okay, and
Yeah.
then how many crew cabins?
And then we've got 5 crew cabins downstairs, and we've got 1 captain's cabin upstairs.
Upstairs, nice. This is great size, really nice.
No, they're
Yeah,
great.
really
I mean,
cool.
these rooms next door is 2 times this size.
Gotta see the head. This is a really nice head, and just so you guys know, this is dehumidifier that's working here, and it's something that every boat is constantly just either running air conditioning or dehumidifying. So it's really
Dehumidifying.
dehumidifying. Yes, it's really important. Make sure the yacht stays dry. And so this is, again, behind the scenes. You don't get to see everywhere. So they're running it and making it nice. Really nice head. Separate head. Really big walk-in shower. Really cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because Florida is such a wet climate, it's
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's the thing.
Oh,
I know.
wow.
Yeah, these cabins are massive.
This is
2
massive.
double beds.
Wow.
Okay, full king size beds. There's 2 of these cabins, and there's 2 of the ones that we just came out of.
Wow.
Can't wait to see when you guys are all done. That's gonna
Yeah.
be so cool. Just so rewarding. And I wasn't even part of this, and I feel invested already. I feel like I'm invested in this. I want to see it.
Well, we
Really
can always
cool.
use a spare set of hands.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You can put me to work. Very cool. I like how this round walkway is super cool.
Yep, yep.
It makes them pretty private the way that's set up. Oh yeah! Wow.
Oh, that's kind of similarly or mirror image, kind of.
It's pretty much a mirror image. Again, everything is still out.
Yeah.
Here's all most of the stuff that needs to go downstairs into what I just showed you, the storage that we've just built for them.
But
and
this is all like super close to being done. You just once you guys
No,
are ready,
of course. I mean, it looks messy right now, but the reality is, that's with all the work here. The work has been done. Now it's just a matter of put the mattresses back in. The girls need to tidy up and clean all of the rooms, do all the detailing with their special little brushes and so forth. This side we're kind of using as a storage unit at the moment for all of the exterior furniture. Because we want to keep all of the cushions in a nice climate-controlled environment. So we bring them down here. It's out of the way.
All the exterior cushions. I'm just getting all this in here. So much work. All right, we'll follow you. Thank you so much for showing and walking us through your working process. We're super excited to see where this takes you and the final product. So thank you so much, you guys. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
You guys are more than welcome.
We see you guys
for the masks.
just a little bit. When you're all done, we'll be back and we can't wait to see the final result.
Ready for the final showdown.
If you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments below. There you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I cannot wait to see what this is going to look like when they're done with it. I get to come back and check it out. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It really, really makes a difference in our channel. And if you're still not subscribing to our Instagram, this is mine, this is Rico's, make sure you check it out. Anything else? Oh yeah, and enjoy the outtakes. Okay. Okay. Or just search YouTube for NautiStyles SuperYacht Refit. Also behind the Do you go to the right to the head or to the left to the head?
No, forward or aft, sorry.
Talking about the dehumidifier. That's dehumidifier.
That's interesting, having the access to the guest cabins in the aft. At the aft. At the aft.
Ciao.
And if you want to submit your CV, please do so.
Bye.
Cheers.